everyone, and welcome to Magic Chasers. I'm Abby. I'm here with my amazing co host and husband, Jimmy. This is our first podcast, and we are so excited to have you here.
Hey, Chasers. So glad to be here with you all. Abby, I'm excited about today's episode, actually. I think it's going to be really helpful for so many people.
Oh, absolutely, Jimmy. Me too. Today, we're diving deep into, essentially your first magical adventure to Walt Disney World. It's a big deal, and it can feel a little like overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah, it really can. It's where do you even start? There's just so much to consider, right? Tickets, dining, Genie Plus, like all these new things.
Exactly. So, for all you Disney newbies, or maybe even those who haven't been in a while and need a refresher, we've put together a comprehensive beginner's guide to planning your very first unforgettable Disney World trip. We're going to break it all down for you.
Yeah, we want to make sure your first visit is as smooth and, as magical as possible. So get ready to take some notes, folks, because we're about to chase some magic.
So, Jimmy, let's just jump right into it. Before you even think about, packing your ears or picking out your park outfits, there are some super crucial things you need to handle. And first up, dates, accommodations, and tickets.
If it were my first time going to Disney, I would want to be there when the crowds and stress was low. How do we find these magical times of year?
Of course. A big thing that is really helpful with this, if you have the flexibility, is to use crowd calendars. Oh, those are lifesavers.
So basically, avoid the major school breaks and holidays. People are not traveling as much then.
Yep, less kids out of school, fewer families on vacation. It just makes for a much more pleasant experience overall. Less waiting.
For sure. I mean, waiting in lines is not my favorite part of Disney. Now, we have picked the perfect date. We still need a place to stay and tickets to actually get into Disney. And for me personally, I always just like book my hotel and buy my tickets directly from the Disney site.
Yeah, I agree. I just feel safer. Like if something goes wrong, you know you're dealing straight with Disney World, not some third party site. Their pricing is usually pretty similar anyway, so why not?
Exactly. It's less of a hassle, in my opinion. Abby, there are a lot of options for where to stay, right?
Yes, and it can be a big decision. On site or off site? Hotel or house rental? How do we choose? I know it is a lot. However, I recommend for a first time Disney goer who is chasing all the magic, you should stay at one of the Disney resorts. There are 30 different resorts ranging from value to deluxe to meet the budget and needs of almost any group. I recommend using the Disney World site to find the one that works for you.
I agree. Staying on site, especially for a first time guest, would be helpful and it's fun. Our girls always love the experience. Now we can sleep and play. One last thing, and this is most important to me. I need to eat. Any tips on that front?
Yes, we have to feed the dad to keep the hangry at bay. But for real, this one is huge, especially if you're a foodie. Dining reservations. You need to book your table service and character meals super early. We're talking 60 days before you even arrive.
60 days. That's like 2 months. It really emphasizes how popular some of these places are, right? Like Ohana, Be Our Guest, Princess Dining. Those go fast.
They vanish. And honestly, if you don't book at that 60-day mark, you might be out of luck for those prime spots. So, alarm on, finger ready.
Yeah, I've learned that the hard way. So what about the new Lightning Lane system? Because that's a big one that people I think get confused about.
Oh, definitely. If you're going to invest in Lightning Lane, scheduling those Lightning Lane selections are key. And here's a little pro tip. If you're staying at a Disney World Resort hotel, and this includes Swan, Dolphin, Swan Reserve, even Shades of Green, you can actually book your Lightning Lane selections up to 7 days in advance of your check in date.
Wow, 7 days before check-in for the length of your stay? That's a pretty sweet perk for resort guests, isn't it? It's like a huge leg up on getting those coveted ride time.
It really is. And you can book them starting at 7 a.m. Eastern Time on that seventh day. So again, set your phones to remind you. It applies to both the multi-pass and the single passes, which we'll dive into more later, but just know that's when you can start snagging those.
Okay, so tickets, dining, Lightning Lane, anything else people should do before they even leave their house?
Yes, this is a non negotiable for me. Download the My Disney Experience app. And don't just download it, like open it up and play around with it well beforehand.
Oh, yes, familiarize yourself with it, because that app is your lifeline in the park, isn't it?
It really is. You'll use it for mobile ordering food, checking wait times, navigating with the park maps, and even booking more lightning lanes once you're there. If you wait until you're like standing in the park trying to figure it out, you'll just get frustrated, and that's not very magical.
No, definitely not. Get that muscle memory going beforehand. And I guess you also should figure out what you want to do, right? Make a bucket list of must do rides, dining, character experiences, things like that.
Exactly. Have a general idea. I mean, you want to be flexible, but knowing your absolute must do's helps you stay focused and not get overwhelmed by all the options once you're there. It also helps you like prioritize what lightning lanes you want to grab.
Speaking of being able to get on the rides that you want to ride, you may not need lightning lanes if you get to the parks early to do what Disney World pros call rope dropping.
Exactly. Rope drop, for those who don't know, is when you arrive about an hour before the park officially opens. The lines for those popular attractions are so much shorter right at park opening. Or, conversely, stay late, like after the fireworks. A lot of people clear out, and you can get some great rides in then too.
I've heard that people tend to flock in the middle of the day, so if you can avoid that peak, you're golden.
You really are. It can make a significant difference, especially for those like really high demand rides that get long lines super fast. Think, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train or Slinky Dog Dash. This is how we will be conquering the queues throughout your visit.
I like that, conquering the queues. Okay, so rope dropping is key for snagging our top rides. So, what else should people be thinking about once they're actually in the parks, timing wise, for getting from place to place?
This is a big one that I think a lot of first timers underestimate: travel time.
Oh, yeah, like getting between parks or even just going from your resort to a park.
Exactly. If you're park hopping or even just going from your resort to a park, you really need to factor in that travel time. Whether you're taking the buses, the Skyliner, boats, or the monorail, it often takes like 30 to 45 minutes per trip.
Wow, that's almost an hour if you're going from one side to the other.
It adds up. So if you're planning like a quick hop from Magic Kingdom to Epcot, don't think it's just going to be a 10-minute sprint. You need to give yourself like a good hour, sometimes more, especially if you're catching a bus at a peak time. It's not as instantaneous as you might hope.
Yeah, that's critical. I mean, if you have a dining reservation, you definitely don't want to be cutting it close because of travel time.
Nope, no, you don't. And it also affects how many parks you can realistically hit in a day. For your first trip, I'd honestly recommend sticking to one park per day just to avoid all that wasted travel time.
Agreed. That is a great tip. Now, the big one, the one that I think confuses a lot of first timers, Lightning Lane. And I hear it used to be Genie Plus.
You are absolutely right, Jimmy. It can be a little confusing because it used to be called Genie Plus, but now it's just known as Lightning Lane. And essentially, it's Disney's way to help you cover those high demand rides and skip the standby line.
So it's like a fast pass, but different.
It's definitely the evolution of FastPass, yes. But here's the thing: there are two main types of Lightning Lane options now, and this is where it gets a little nuanced. So you have the Lightning Lane Multi-Pass, and then you have Lightning Lane Single Passes, which some people still refer to as individual Lightning Lanes.
Multi pass versus single pass. Got it.
Exactly. The multi-pass is what you'd typically buy for the day, and it allows you to book access to multiple attractions. Now, most of the parks, like Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios, they actually divide their multi-pass attractions into tiers.
Tiers, like different levels of rides.
Yeah, exactly. So typically you can book, say, one tier one attraction and then two tier two attractions, or sometimes all three in tier two. Tier 1 attractions are generally the most popular, the real big ticket rides within that park. Like in Magic Kingdom, that would be Big Thunder Mountain, Jungle Cruise, Peter Pan, Space Mountain, and Tiana's.
So you can book 3 lightning lanes in advance, and you can typically only pick one for tier one and two from tier two.
That's the idea. And then as you use those, you can book more. It's a real time booking system that is continually updating throughout the day.
Okay, so that's the multi pass. What about the single pass?
The single passes are different because they're purchased a la carte for specific, super high demand attractions that are not included in the multi pass at all.
Like the absolute must do rides.
Exactly. A classic example is Seven Dwarfs Mine Train at Magic Kingdom. That's always a single pass option. And a really important thing to remember about single passes is that they can sell out, especially for those super popular attractions. So if there's a ride you absolutely cannot miss, it's recommended to purchase that single pass as early as possible when you get access to the Lightning Lane system.
Also, you could miss out entirely if you wait too long.
You could. Yeah. It's definitely something to prioritize if you have a specific ride in mind. So in a nutshell, the multi-pass lets you prioritize popular rides and the single passes are for those like peak demand attractions where you really just want to guarantee that skip the line option.
Got it. Multi-pass for most, single pass for the absolute biggest ones. That makes so much more sense now. And what about families with really little ones who can't go on every ride? Is there a system for that?
Oh, absolutely. This is where Rider Switch comes in, and it's a total lifesaver for families with small children.
Rider switch, what's that?
So, Rider Switch allows adults to take turns riding without having to wait in the full line twice. Basically, one adult waits with the child who can't ride while the rest of the party goes on the attraction. And then, once they're done, the waiting adult can then ride without having to re-enter the main queue. It's really efficient.
Oh, so you don't have to both stand in line for an hour and then one person rides and then the other person stands in line for another hour.
Exactly. You only do the full wait once, and then the second adult gets to go through a shorter line, usually the lightning lane or a designated entrance. You do need to remember to set it up with a cast member at the entrance to the ride before the first adult gets on the ride. It's a huge time saver and makes it so much easier to enjoy those rides, even with little ones in tow.
That's actually amazing.
Yeah, it's a game changer, honestly. And speaking of making your day more efficient and, not waiting in lines, let's talk about fueling your magic, as we're calling this next section, with dining and snacks.
Yes, we are all here for the snacks. Mickey pretzel, Mickey ice cream sandwich, Mickey candy apple. I mean, really anything in the shape of a Mickey.
Yes, Disney loves their Mickey shaped snacks. So, Disney actually has a way to skip the lines for food at quick service locations. On the My Disney Experience app, you can mobile order your food. When you mobile order, you can just walk up to a window and grab your food when you are notified through the app that your food is ready.
Ooh, that sounds amazing. I hate waiting in those long food lines when you're hot and hangry.
Right? And another little hack is to try to eat during off peak times. So, like early or late lunch or early or late dinner. That way, you avoid the absolute peak crowds in the restaurants.
That makes sense. Everyone rushes at noon, so like if you can eat at 11 or 2, that's better.
That's right. And here's a super quick free water trick for everyone. Bring a refillable bottle and you can ask for ice water at any quick service location. It's totally free and it keeps you hydrated.
Wait, really? Free water? That's a huge money saver right there, especially with how hot it can get.
It really is. Saves you from buying like 50 bottles of water a day. So, beyond that, Disney World offers two main dining plans, and these are a big decision for a lot of first timers. There's the Disney Quick Service Dining Plan, and then the Disney Dining Plan, which is often called the Standard or Table Service Plan.
Okay, so quick service and standard. What's the big difference?
So, the Quick Service Dining Plan, that one gives guests two quick service meals and one snack per person per night of their stay. And each meal includes a drink, either non alcoholic or alcoholic for adults, which is nice. Plus, you get a resort refillable mug.
Sounds like that's for people who just want to grab and go, essentially.
Exactly. It's best for those who prefer casual dining, are comfortable with quick service restaurants, and really don't mind foregoing those sit down meals.
And the other one, the standard Disney dining plan?
That one is more comprehensive. You get one quick service meal, one table service meal, and one snack per person per day. Again, drinks are included with meals, and you still get the resort refillable mug.
Okay, so this is for people who want the full experience, like character dining and stuff.
Yes, this plan is really best for those who want a mix of casual and sit down dining experiences, including character dining or even some fine dining options. With both plans, the cool thing is that your meals and snacks are flexible. You can redeem them anytime during your stay, and unused meals and snacks actually roll over day to day, but they do expire on your checkout date.
Ooh, that's good to know. So if you don't use it all on Monday, it carries over to Tuesday. It sounds like one meal equals one credit, right?
Well, Not always. For example, Cinderella's Royal Table and Be Our Guest restaurant in Magic Kingdom, those are typically 2 credits. Same for Akershu's Royal Banquet Hall for lunch and dinner, and Le Cellier Steakhouse in Epcot. Also, the Hollywood Brown Derby in Hollywood Studios and Tiffin's in Animal Kingdom. A bunch of restaurants in Disney Springs and the resort hotels can also require 2 dining credits.
Wow, okay, so you really have to be strategic with those if you're on the dining plan.
Absolutely. It really comes down to a personal decision on how much you and your group eat, and if you want to do those more expensive dining experiences like character dining. They are included in the standard Disney dining plan, which is great, but be aware of those 2 credit spots.
Yeah, that could totally throw off your meal count for the trip.
It can, yeah, but one last thing about food, bring your own snacks. Seriously, pack granola bars, fruit snacks, whatever. It keeps your energy up, saves you a ton of money, and you can just, grab something quick whenever you're hungry without stopping for a full meal.
Oh, for sure. Our bag is like 50% snacks, 50% essentials when we go.
Yes, it sure it, which actually brings us perfectly to our next section. Gear up, get set, packing essentials. Because look, what you pack can seriously make or break your trip.
Definitely. Number one on this list, I cannot stress this enough, comfortable, broken in shoes. Please, please, please do not wear new shoes to Disney World.
Oh my gosh, yes. You're going to walk 10 to 12 miles a day. No, like, I'm not kidding. Your feet will thank you if you've got those well loved, comfy sneakers on.
And you also got to be ready for anything with the weather, especially in Florida.
Totally. Pack rain protection, like a light poncho. Don't go buying those expensive ones in the park. Bring one from home. And definitely sun essentials. Sunscreen, hats, sunglasses, a cooling towel too if you really struggle with the heat.
Also, a portable charger for your phone because you're using that My Disney Experience app constantly. Looking at wait times, mobile ordering, taking pictures, your battery will drain fast.
Yes, a portable charger is a lifesaver. You do not want to be stuck with a dead phone in the middle of Magic Kingdom. And speaking of packing, one thing I love is dressing for the magic, like character ears, themed outfits.
Oh, yeah, I love seeing everyone's creative outfits. Some of them are really amazing.
They are, but do remember no costumes for adults, unfortunately. That's like a park rule, but kids are more than welcome to dress up as their favorite princesses or superheroes. Our girls love that part.
They really do. And you can bring the costumes from home to save money. And on the topic of kids, I feel like people always debate this, but bringing a stroller, even for older kids, is a great idea, right?
100%. Even if your 5-year old only uses it for an hour a day, it saves their little legs. Honestly, I'm going to be real. We get a double stroller just for a place to put my bag and for our 5-year old. And sometimes our 8-year old will even jump in when she just can't walk anymore.
No shame in that game. Those long days are brutal on everyone. Sometimes I wish I had a stroller.
They really are. And that leads to another super important point: stay hydrated and take breaks. Factor in midday downtime. Seriously, go back to your resort, take a swim in the pool, recharge, and then you can go back for late night rides and the nighttime show.
Yeah, power nap, swim, and then you're ready for round two.
Exactly. Our girls and I were just there, and we arrived at Magic Kingdom at 8 p.m. We rode 6 rides before park close, including Seven Dwarfs, Haunted Mansion, and Tiana's twice, just because we had that midday break. It was amazing.
Wow, that's incredible. See, that's a pro move right there. Getting that midday refresh. And speaking of resorts, that actually brings us to our next point, which is home away from home, resorts and transportation, because where you stay can really impact that midday break possibility.
It really, really can. And honestly, staying on site at a Disney resort it comes with so many perks.
Oh, for sure. Like the early entry is a big one, right? Getting into the park before everyone else.
Exactly. That 30-minute early entry before the general public, it's a game changer for those popular rides everyone wants to get on.
Yeah, that's huge. And then, I mean, the transportation is just so convenient. You don't have to worry about renting a car or navigating traffic.
No, and it's free, which is a big deal. Disney transportation, whether it's the buses, the monorail, or the Skyliner, it's all complimentary. The buses, they start running about 45 minutes before park opening and go until about an hour after closing. So you're pretty much covered.
And the Skyliner is just so cool.
It is. The Skyliner gondola system is fantastic. It connects Epcot and Hollywood Studios to several resorts like Caribbean Beach, Pop Century, Art of Animation. It's super efficient. And honestly, the views are great. Just, watch for weather. They do close it down during lightning or high winds for safety, but it's really, really nice.
Yeah, it's just so convenient to hop on that and be right there at the park. No parking worries, no nothing like that.
Yeah, exactly. Just like hop on and get to where you need to be quickly.
Speaking of special experiences, beyond just the convenience of the resorts and the transportation, there are so many other things that just kind of make your trip extra magical, especially for first timers or really for anyone.
Yes. Okay, so if it's your first visit or a birthday or an anniversary or, anything you're celebrating, head over to guest relations when you get there or sometimes even at the front desk of your resort and ask for a button. They have first visit buttons, happy birthday ones, happily ever after for weddings and anniversaries, and even just general I'm celebrating buttons where you can write in what you're celebrating.
And cast members, they see those buttons and they sometimes just give you extra magic, don't they? You might get a little special attention or a happy birthday shout out.
Totally. Like it really does happen. It's such a nice touch. And speaking of capturing those magical moments, what about Memory Maker?
Oh, Memory Maker. So it's basically like unlimited photo pass downloads, right? Like all your ride photos, all your character photos, it's all in there.
Yeah, it is. And here's a little interesting tidbit. If you purchased Lightning Lane Multipass, you actually already receive ride photos for those specific Lightning Lane attractions you selected. So that's a nice little bonus there. But Memory Maker just like gives you everything.
That's good to know. And then, I mean, beyond photos, interacting with the characters is just, that's a core Disney experience, isn't it?
Oh, it's huge, especially for the little ones. And there's this unofficial rule for Disney characters, which I just think is so, so sweet. They're actually instructed never to be the first to break a hug with a child. So they won't be the first to pull away, which just, makes that moment extra magical and long lasting for the kiddo.
That sure does make it magical for both the kids and parents. And finally, obviously, a big highlight for a lot of people are the fireworks. But those crowds can be intense, and as you know, I am not a big fan of crowds. Any secret spots or tips for watching those?
They can be so, so intense. So, yeah, definitely try to find like secret spots to avoid those massive crowds, especially right in front of the castle. You could try behind the castle, which offers a different perspective, or even at your resort's viewing areas if they have them. Some resorts, like the Contemporary or Polynesian, have really fantastic views of the Magic Kingdom fireworks, sometimes even with the music piped in. It's a great way to like wind down the day without being squished.
Yeah, that's genius. So you can get that magical experience without feeling like totally overwhelmed.
Exactly. So we've talked about all these amazing magical experiences, right? But like, let's be real, Disney can also be pretty pricey. So we should definitely talk about some savvy spending tips, especially for beginners.
Oh, yes, please. My wallet is already cringing just thinking about it. What's your top tip for savings?
Okay. My number one easiest tip, bring your own water and snacks. Again, though, seriously, like a refillable water bottle is a lifesaver. You can get free ice water at any quick service location, and those park snacks, while delicious, add up so, so quickly. Granola bars, fruit snacks, even like a little bag of chips from your hotel room, huge savings.
Oh, absolutely. I think we spend more on like those little impulse snack buys sometimes than actual meals. So cutting that down is key.
Right? And then souvenirs. Everyone wants a souvenir, of course, but you don't have to buy everything in the park. Our secret weapon for souvenirs is actually the Disney Character Warehouse outlet.
Yes, we love these outlets and the sales are great.
We do. There are two official ones in Florida, both in the Orlando Premium Outlets, one in Vineland and one in International Drive. Vineland's a bit bigger, but they have similar stuff. You can snag like a Spirit jersey, a Loungefly bag, or just fun apparel, all on sale. It's amazing.
They really are a game changer. Any other like general money saving tricks?
Yeah, definitely look into using rewards cards or buying discounted Disney gift cards from retailers like Target, Costco, or Sam's Club. Sometimes you can get like 5% off, and that adds up, especially if you're preloading a bunch of money for your trip.
Oh, that's smart. Every little bit helps, right?
It sure does. And if you're on a budget, honestly, Consider skipping park hopper. There is more than enough to do at any single park to fill your entire day, especially if you take advantage of the shows, the character meet and greets, and just like soaking in the atmosphere. You really don't need to hop, especially for a first timer.
That's a good point. People sometimes feel pressured to see everything, but it's okay to just focus on one park.
Totally. And my last, like, super practical, maybe slightly weird money saving hack, bring Ziploc bags.
Ziploc bags. Okay, I know this trick that I think everyone else out there is intrigued. What do you use them for?
Oh my gosh, everything. I use them to split snacks with the kids so we're not buying multiple popcorns. I use them to protect my phone on water rides. One time our daughter got stung by a bee and I used it to get ice from a quick service location. They're just like so versatile and useful and they don't cost anything once you've packed them.
Wow, okay. People might be thinking it is weird, kind of like I did the first time you pulled them out on a trip, but I promise y'all it is actually genius. Like a universal problem solver right there in your bag.
So, Jimmy, we've covered like so much ground today, right? From pre-planning to saving money to all the little tips and tricks. But for someone like who's just starting out, that might feel a little, overwhelming. So, let's just do a super quick checklist, like a recap of the absolute must-dos before they even leave.
Yes, please. A distilled version. My brain, it needs it. What's the very first thing they absolutely have to do?
Okay, number 1, choose a date, accommodations, and secure your park tickets as soon as humanly possible. Like, literally, it's the foundation of everything else.
Right. No tickets, no magic. Got it. What's next on that crucial list?
Then you gotta book your dining and character meals, especially those popular ones, like 60 days out. That's crucial for getting those prime spots. And on a similar note, you really want to reserve your Lightning Lane selections. Remember how we talked about that 7-day window for resort guests?
Oh, yeah, those highly coveted ones. And speaking of tech, I'm guessing download the My Disney Experience app is high on the list.
Absolutely. Download it, play around with it, familiarize yourself with it before you go. Seriously, it's your lifeline in the parks. It's like your map, your wallet, your schedule, everything.
And for packing, what are the non negotiable?
Comfy, broken in shoes, without a doubt, rain protection, sun essentials, portable chargers, all those things we mentioned. Oh, and dress for the magic, grab those ears.
And then once you're there, like, how do you get around?
Familiarize yourself with the transportation options, whether it's the buses, the Skyliner, the monorail. Know how you're getting from A to B. And before you even step foot in a park, like decide on your must do attractions. It helps you stay focused.
And that little extra touch for a first timer.
Oh, yes, grab that first visit button. It's a little piece of extra magic.
Wow, that was such a comprehensive rundown, Abby. I feel like even I learned a few new things and I thought I was a pro.
Right? I mean, it just goes to show like how much goes into making that first Disney trip truly magical. And honestly, like with solid planning and just like using those Disney digital tools we talked about and a little bit of spontaneity, your first trip, it really will be magical. It's worth it.
I agree. It's a lot to take in, but it's all designed to make your experience as smooth and fun as possible. I just hope our listeners feel a bit more confident about diving into their own Disney planning now.
Me too. A newbie can absolutely plan a trip on their own and have fun while planning. And honestly, like we'd love to hear from all of you too. If you've got any like secret tips or personal hacks for first-time visitors, or even just like your favorite magical moment, please share them with us below in the comments. We're always looking for new ways to chase that magic.
Absolutely. Your experiences, they really help us all grow our Disney knowledge base. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Magic Chasers, and please like and subscribe.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. And until next time,
Keep chasing that magic.